Hello, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku, and today we are solving 81 Squires by Philip Newman. This is an anti-night Sudoku. So we have normal Sudoku rules, meaning we're placing the digits 1 through 9 once each in each row, each column, and each outlined 3x3 region. And on top of that, we have an anti-knight rule, meaning that digits that are separated by a knight's move, as in chess, cannot ever be the same. So a knight's move is 2 squares in any direction and then 1 square in a perpendicular direction. So for example, this is a 5, so none of these cells can contain 5s because they are all 2 squares in one direction, 1 square in another direction. So like 2 over and 1 up, for example, could not contain a 5. So I'm going to start with these two ones and observe that just by normal Sudoku rules, we have to place a 1 somewhere in these cells, but it can't be here because of the 1 there being a knight's move apart from it. We have 9s here. Ditto, we're going to place a 9 right there. Now if we look at 4s, 4 is ruled out of these cells by Sudoku. It's also ruled out of this cell because of this 4 down here, and it's ruled out of this cell by knight's move from there. So that's going to be a 4. And one of these will have to contain a 4 by normal Sudoku. 6s here, ditto. This is the only position for 6 in this region remaining, and so one of these is going to have to be a 6. One of these is going to be a 3, and one of these is going to be a 7. Now, 1 is ruled out of these cells. Sorry, just trying to recall what the next step was here. I found this one pretty challenging. 7 is going to be in one of these cells. 3 is going to be in one of these cells. What was my next move here? Yell it louder at the screen so I can hear you a little bit better. Okay, here we were. So this is the next thing that I noticed while I was first solving this. So 2 and 4 can't go in either of these cells. Here because of the knight's move, and also here because of the 2 and 4 being in the same region. So these cells are going to be 2 and 4, and because there's a 4 and knight's move away here, that's going to be my 2, and that will be my 4. And then the remaining digits in the column are 6 and 8. Ditto down here, 6 and 8 can't go in these cells, so they will have to go here and here. And then these are going to be 2 and 4. 4 now has to be in that cell, because it can no longer go here, and 6 has to be down here. Now these guys are going to be 1, 2, 3, and 5 to finish the row, and these are going to be 5, 7, 8, and 9. This can't be a 5 or an 8 because it sees a 5 by knight's move, and it also sees an 8 by standard Sudoku. This cannot be an 8 because it sees an 8 by Sudoku. This guy cannot be a 7 or an 8 because it sees an 8 here. So the only position for 8 is going to be right there. So these 3 will be 5, 7, and 9. Now, similarly, this can't be a 2 or a 3 by knight's move and by standard Sudoku. This cannot be a 2 or a 5, and this can't be a 2, so this is going to have to be my 2, making these 3 cells 1, 3, and 5. Now this is the only position for 2 in this region, and this is the only position for 8 in this region, so these are going to be from 5, 7, 9, and these are going to be from 1, 3, 5, meaning that these 2 cells are a 2 and 7, and we know which way around they go because this one sees this 2 by knight's move. That's now a 7, and that is now a 2. Similarly, we have this 5, 7, 9 up here, so these are going to be 3 and 8, and because we have an 8 right here that sees this by knight's move, that's going to be a 3, and that's going to be our 8. Now we need to place a 2 and 8 to finish this column. So these cells are going to be 5, 7, and 9 to complete this region. And these are going to be 1, 3, and 5 to complete this region. In the central region, we still need 1, 3, 7, and 9. This can't be a 3 because it sees the 3 right there. And also it can't be a 1 because there's a 1 right there. And there's a 9 here, ruling out 9 there, and there's a 7 right next to it, ruling out 7 there. Now, what next? In this row, I need 1, 4, 7, and 9. Neither of these can be 7 or 4 because there's a 4 there that sees both of them, this one by standard Sudoku and this one by Knight's Move. So that's now a 7, and that's going to be a 4. Down here, I need 1, 3, 6, and 9. And neither of these can be 6s because of this 6 right here. They also can't be 3s because of the 3 in the region, so that's going to be a 3. And that is going to be a 6. And so in these two cells, I need 3 and 4 to finish the region off, and that's not going to be a 3. And here I need 6 and 7 in this order. Now we just need to finish up, which will probably involve spotting 1 or 2 last Knight's Move constraints. This 3 sees that cell, that's not even Knight's Move, the 7 sees that cell. So where from here? I'm just scanning right now to try to figure out where the last little Knight's Move that I've missed is. Here it is. So this 3 sees this cell, so that's going to be a 1 and not a 3. And that should enable us to finish off the rest of the puzzle via classic Sudoku techniques. Though, of course, you are free to continue using the Knight's Move constraint if you are having fun doing it. So that's now going to be a 5. That cannot be a 5. That's my 5. And this cell sees that. So we didn't quite get all the way via just classic Sudoku, but there we go. And that is how you solve Philip Newman's 81 Squires. Hope you guys liked that one. The link to check it out yourself is in the description below this video. And I will see you again in a few days.